Good morning, everybody. This is John Scarborough. Wanted to make a little short video here. Just wanted to kind of talk about some of these pigtails here. Some of the different things I've gone through. I've made several these pigtails myself, and they work pretty good. They're not the best. Sometimes it's hard to come up with the right type of steel to make them, you know, because usually if I'm doing it, I'm using some kind of a cold roll or something like that. And the consistency of the steel, the hardness of it is not necessarily desirable. And then also the welding of it isn't great. But these types of, these different types of pigtails, I've found different types that I really like. And I'll say this carefully, I have found that a lot of electrical stuff recently, like stuff for electric fences and stuff, that I find in big box stores, typically I'm not a big fan of a lot of it. It doesn't seem to be the best. Like this post right here, this didn't come from a big box store, but it's it's a better post. This specific brand is not O'Brien. I was thinking it was O'Brien when I was looking at it, but after I looked at it closer, it's not O'Brien. So this one's not great right here. But the O'Brien ones that are similar to this right here are very good posts. I would suggest those to anybody. I would say they're some of the best. And you know, you buy those out of New Zealand. I haven't seen big box stores carrying those yet. I would like to see everyone carrying those posts. Those seem to be the best, and I've gone through a lot of different types of things. I've made a lot of different stuff for my own grazing stuff. Mostly I did a lot of the making stuff for the channel. I did it to experiment with the absolute cheapest ways in order to help everybody out on the channel, show y'all different cheap ways of doing it. Doesn't mean that I don't want to go for the best myself. You know, I'm in business doing this, so I go for the best and the fastest. You know, it's what I need to go for. But cheap is good sometimes, especially when you're getting started. But you know, when you're a homesteader or something like that, or you're just focused on moving animals around for your own consumption, then you don't always want to be spending an arm and a leg. So I do try to come up with cheaper options and the best stuff. But anyway, long story short, Tractor Supply has actually just come out with this post recently. Not just, it's probably a year or so ago. And I've been using it for about a year. I'm not saying it's the best post. I'm talking about this pigtail post right here now. I'm not saying it's the best post, but it's pretty good. I have really liked that post. I think it's a pretty great post. This one right here has actually come from another big box store, and it's fine. It's not my favorite. I do like the foot on this one, pretty decent, but I don't know how long it will last. It's got a plastic outside, so I like the foot on this pretty good. My only real problem with this one is it is too tall. You know, once I get it stepped in, like I step it in, well, I'm actually sitting on lower ground right there. Let me try to get into some better ground here. So it's not like a huge difference, but it's just enough. It's just enough to be, I don't know, you know, I mean, a lot of times when you're doing mob grazing and stuff, getting that height just right, especially when you're using one wire for sheep or cattle, which is what we try to do, then getting that height just right is pretty important. So that's part of it, is the height is just not quite right. Now, I do have 4 of them, and I do use them. I find there's some low areas and stuff here and there. I'll use them. Other than that, that's my only real gripe, is the height of these. Other than that, it's not a bad post. So it is nice to see some big box stores starting to come out with some better stuff, because I have seen some of your plastic step-in posts from some of those big box stores that I would never buy again, just from different other big box stores. I'm not going to name which ones, but those certain ones that I've seen, some of those plastic ones, I would not ever buy again. It's ruined it for me on that. But this right here, this post, this is pretty good. I like this pretty good. The one thing I don't like about this post, I do like the fact that it's metal, that we're all metal here. But I don't like the fact that this metal just feels a little too soft to me. I wish they would have gone with a harder steel, but it is possible that they went with a softer steel here simply because this is a hard steel, it's a harder steel than this one right here. So maybe what they were thinking was make this the weak link, so if something bends, this bends. I don't know if that's what they were thinking. I feel like that this was just cheap and available, easy flat bar to use, and that's what they went with. And why does that matter? Well, it matters for me because I deal with mostly clay soils. Now, I'm very fortunate right here on my land. Most of my soil is not clay. I do have some clay spots, but most of it's not bad, and even the clay spots aren't terrible bad. You know, they've gotten enough organic matter that they're pretty good, you know. But a lot of the other land that I'm working with is truly bankrupt land that has super hard clay rocky soil, and you know, you need a solid foot that's not going to bend on you. You need a foot that when you go to press that in, that you can kind of, you know, if you get it in there, you can actually get close to it and you can put a good chomp on it. You know what I mean? You can hit that thing and go ahead and get it to go down. Now, some of my places in the hot, dry summer, there's just no possible way I can use any step-in post. And that's been a big problem for me, but that is a video for a different day. But my main point is that a good, strong, hard foot is really, really important. So I just kind of wanted to give that little mention there that so far, Tractor Supply seems to be carrying a pretty good post right here. Pretty good, this post specifically. I'm not going to talk about the rest of their stuff, but this one specifically I'm liking. So good on Tractor Supply. Happy to see that. Hopefully they'll keep that up. Whoever's making this post, I hope that, you know, if they see this video, I'd love it if they'd make that metal a harder metal right there, possibly. Other than that, it's all good. I like it. So I'm gonna wrap that video up here, guys. That's kind of all I wanted to cover with that. So as always, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell if y'all want to see all the videos, because you won't see all of them if you don't hit the bell. You're not necessarily going to see everything. But you know, I've got different varieties of videos and stuff. And if y'all got any new topics y'all'd like me to cover, any questions, put them in the comments. You know, let me see them. I love to hear from you guys. You know, really, it really helps me out when I hear y'all giving me some feedback and, you know, telling me what your thoughts are, and I know I'm not the best video maker, but I do try, and I am trying to get better. I don't have a lot of time to make the absolute best stuff and to edit everything perfectly, but I am trying to slowly learn. I mean, I started this out being completely computer illiterate, and I've just, you know, trying to slowly evolve whilst trying to still, you know, my main objective is to give out good information and to raise a super quality product, super quality beef and lamb and all like that, and be a great farmer. That's my main objective. But I am trying to make the videos more entertaining and easier to watch as well. So, you know, give me your feedback, tell me what you think, and watch some of those other videos that I've edited pretty good. Tell me what you think in that as well. Maybe I'll link those, a couple of those in the description. A couple ones that I think I really worked hard on the editing. And just tell me, just watch it from that perspective if you don't mind. Do that for me, and leave it either in the comment of this video or some of the other videos. Let me know what you think about that. Thanks.